You ever wanted to be in the comic book mafia? Well, now's your time. Channel membership is live. Today, we're going to talk about the first appearances and key issues for the greatest day of the week. New Comic Book Day, January 12th, 2022. That's coming up and a whole lot more. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr, and this is the Small Town Collectibles YouTube channel. Before we get into our first appearances, our key issues, and our covers this week, I want to ask you, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, do that now. Hit that subscription button, turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I put out new content. Smash that like button and hang around to the end of the video where I announce this week's giveaway prizes and I'll tell you what to comment. All right, with all that out of the way, let's jump into our first category this week, and that's the covers. And there were a lot of cool covers out this week, just not anything that really stood out to me. So I only have one cover on the list this week, and that is the Marvel's Voices Indigenous All New 2021 #1. And this is the David Mack cover. This is the cover D variant. And if you watch this channel at all, you know I'm a David Mack homer. So anytime that he's got a cover out, it's going to be on this list. I absolutely dig his styles. So Mack, Perillo, Shannon Mayer, those are the ones that you're going to see on here all the time. But yeah, there's a lot of cool covers out there to be on the lookout for. But for me and for this list, this is the only one this week, and that's that David Mack cover from Marvel's. All right, that is it for the covers this week. Let's jump over into our second prints, and for the first time in about a month, we do have some. So first book up is Animal Castle #1. Now we have 3 different versions of the second print this week. The first one is the cover I variant. That's the Felix Delete variant cover. Then you have a blank variant as a second print. So for those of you out there who like the blank covers and getting those, getting remarks and custom sketches done on those, you've got one of those out this week for this book. And then finally the cover K, which is another second printing incentive by Felix Delete. Then another book that's being second printed this week that has a couple of covers, House of Slaughter #2. You get the cover H by Alejandro Mirabal. And also another second print, which is just a different color variation. That's the cover I, also by Mirabal. Okay, that's it for the second prints. Now, before we jump into our key issues this week, I do want to shout out my channel sponsor, IRF Authentics. Their January edition box is coming out this Saturday at 10 a.m. PST, or Pacific Standard Time. But there is a pre-sale for returning customers on Thursday the 13th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The featured artist this month is Stephen Frank, who is the creator of comic books Silver, Palomino, and Rosalind, to name a few. He was also the animation director on Marvel's What If series and supervising animator on the Iron Giant and Space Jam. Now, the gold level prize has already been announced. It's the Spawn 300 Homage variant dual signed by Peter Steigerwald and Brian Haberlin. If you want to follow IRF Authentics, I've linked them down below in the description. Make sure you go over and follow their IG page this week for more sneak peeks. IRF Authentics, you gotta love them. If it isn't signed, it isn't complete. All right, with our channel sponsorship announcement out of the way, let's jump into our key issues. And as always, we start with DC. First book up is Future State Gotham #9, and this is the conclusion of the next Joker story arc. Then we have Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes #1. This is a new 6-issue limited series out from DC. And then we wrap up the DC keys with Batman Urban Legends #11, where you get the origin of Ace the Bat Hound. Now, there is also a cover on this one that I think we probably ought to be on the lookout for. It's the variant cover by Carl Mustert. It's a yellow cover with Bat Hound on the cover. I think that could be a good book to grab. So if you see that out, that variant, make sure you pick that one up as well. Now let's jump over to Marvel. We've got Daredevil, Woman Without Fear #1. This is obviously the continuation of the Chip Zdarsky Daredevil run. Zdarsky's on this one too. I'm really excited for this one. I actually dig the cover on this one too. It's a white cover with Elektra on the front. This is Daredevil, dope cover. Then we've got Marvel Voices Heritage #1. This is the second annual anthology of stories celebrating Native American characters. You've got the origin of River in this book, and also a story that is focused on Snowguard. And then wrapping up our keys from Marvel this week, you've got Star Wars, The High Republic, Eye of the Storm #1, where you get the origin of Marichin Ro, the Eye of Nihil. I always enjoy trying to say these Star Wars names. I know that it's not even anywhere close, but I do my best for you, the public. What can I say? The English language, Kentucky, hillbilly, sometimes it just does not mix with Star Wars. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Marvel keys, DC keys, 3 apiece there this week. Always looking forward to picking those up from the big 2. Now, before we move on to our indie books, also got a shout out channel sponsor, That Spider-Man booth and Street Level Hero LA. Of course, That Spider-Man booth runs probably one of the most well-known mystery boxes out there. That Mystery Box 2.2. The giveaway prize this week is a TMNT #1 foil reprint by Kevin Eastman, limited to 150 copies. So you get those boxes for $30 a piece. You buy a couple, 60, you can get free shipping. And of course, Street Level Hero LA put out all kinds of dope covers each week. Right now, they've got a Mary Jane and Black Cat Torini variant that's really cool. Also, a Qua Hulk variant that's also pretty cool. Hulk and Iron Man on that one. So yeah, Street Level Hero LA for all your variant cover needs and cool gear. Sort of a light week from the indie publishers this week, in my opinion. The first book up is from Comics Tribe. That's Happy Hill #1. When a child goes missing on the grounds of an exclusive vacation resort, the investigation uncovers dark secrets hidden for decades, and an unstoppable supernatural menace who will make this vacation permanent. Happy Hill is a vacation horror thriller. Now, this one, I don't know exactly how this will work. It says that it's available with 2 enhanced covers. So, like when you look on Midtown or some of the other online comic book stores, it says filled randomly. So, this one could be a pretty cool. I like the premise. The cover looks pretty cool, so I'm definitely going to check this Happy Hill #1 out. Then from Dark Horse, we have Sword of Hyperbia #1, and this is for our Hellboy fans out there. And if anybody in the comments would let me know if you're reading any of these titles, I would be really interested to know if they're any good. I've never read them. But this Sword of Hyperbia #1, from the ancient warrior Gale Dinar to Sir Edward Grey to the BPRD's Agent Howard, the iconic Hyperbian sword from the world of Hellboy has landed in many influential hands. And this has been no accident. Trace the sword's path through the adventures and encounters that finally brought it to Ragnarok at the end of the world, and witness the sword's journey through history. That sounds kind of cool to me, so I may read this one just to check it out, but if you don't care, down in the comments, I know I'll tell you at the end of the video to comment for the giveaway, but I'd also be interested if any of you guys are reading this book, or these books, these Hellboy books, just to see if they're good. All right, now, jump over to Image. We've got Rain #1, and this is a mini-series premiere. This is the first in Chris Rawls and Ashley Wood's new Zittergy publishing imprint line at Image. On a seemingly normal August day in Boulder, Colorado, the skies are clear and the honeysuckle speck couldn't be happier. She's finally moving in with her girlfriend, Yolanda. But their world is literally torn apart when dark clouds roll in and release a downpour of nail splinters of bright crystal that shred the skin of anyone not safely under cover. Rain makes vivid this escalating apocalyptic event as the deluge of nails spread across the country and around the world, threatening everything young lovers Honeysuckle and Yolanda hold dear. I think that sounds cool. Kind of sounds like Noctera, where everything went black, but now you've got basically nails raining from the sky. So I think that sounds cool. I'm looking forward to checking that one out. That's Rain #1. And then also staying with Image, and another title that I've been reading and actually really been enjoying, had never read up to this point, and this is Spawn Scorched #1. This is the premiere issue of a teen book that includes Spawn, Redeemer, Gunslinger Spawn, Medieval Spawn, and She-Spawn. Now, I've been reading Gunslinger Spawn, and I've really enjoyed it, and I went back and started at #1 and been reading the original Spawn run, and I'm kind of digging it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not sure why I haven't found this before. My boy Austin LeMay, member of the Comic Book Mafia, huge Spawn fan, and that's what kind of turned me on to starting to read it. So I'm looking forward to this Spawn Scorched #1 out this week. Then from Scout Comics, we've got Space Cadet #1. Now this is on the Scoot imprint. A child with big dreams of going to the moon someday. One magical night, the youngster wakes up on a lunar surface. A friendly astronaut gives a tour of Earth's solitary satellite and teaches the importance of working hard to achieve your dreams. So this is one I'm going to pick up and read and maybe give to my nephews to read. I like that, the importance of working hard to achieve your dreams. Then wrapping up our indie keys this week is Vault Comics and another book I'm really looking forward to. It's called We Ride Titans #1. The synopsis reads, Kaiju hit hard. Family hits harder. Trying to keep your family from imploding is a tall order. Kit Hobbs is about to find out it's an even taller order when that family has been piloting the Titans that protect New Hyperion from Kaiju for generations. Between a spiraling brother, a powder keg of a father, and a whole bunch of 20-story monsters, she's got her work cut out for her. That sounds cool. I think that movie was called Pacific Rim, where they piloted those big robots. I love that movie. And I really like the premise of this book. So Rewrite Titans #1, also very cool cover A on this one from Vault this week. I think that's going to be a must read for me. All right, next up is our first appearances list. But before we get into that, I do want to shout out a member of the Comic Book Mafia, Nick's Kix Comics. Nick is probably one of my favorite people that I've met throughout this YouTube journey. I had the privilege of meeting him at C2E2. Was better in person than he is online. Absolutely love that guy. He does have a YouTube channel, does a ton of CBCS, CGC unboxings. He also has a really, really cool Instagram sales page. I think it's Nick's Kix Comics sales page is what it's called. Ton of books, awesome books. Go over and check him out. Great prices. And he's also over on Whatnot. And I'll link all that down in the description below. But make sure you go over and check out my boy Nick's Kix Comics, Not a Better Dude, on YouTube. All right, so let's do our first appearances. We've actually got several this week. First up, Detective Comics number 1048. This is the first cameo appearance of Dr. Ocean in the Shadows. Then you've got Future State Gotham number 9. We get the first cover appearance and origin of the next Joker. Then Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes number 1. We get the first team appearance of the new Gold Lanterns. Daredevil, Woman Without Fear number 1 from Marvel is the first appearance of AKA, a member of the Hand who recruited Elektra. Then we have Death of Doctor Strange, Bloodstone number 1, first appearance of Lyra Bloodstone, sister of Elsa. I think this is going to be a key book to pick up this week. I'm sure you'll see this tomorrow on Comics on a Budget. Then we've got Devil's Reign, Superior 4 number 1. We get the first team appearance of the Superior 4, alternate universe versions of Dr. Octopus, including a Wolverine, Hulk, and Ghost Rider version. That should be cool. Really enjoyed that Devil's Reign run. Then we've got Miss Marvel, Beyond the Limit number 2, where we get the first appearance of Karen, the true identity of the shape-shifting Miss Marvel doppelganger. Wrapping up our first appearances list this week, also from Marvel, is Wastelander's Black Widow number 1. Where you get the first appearance of Old Woman Black Widow. You also have another first appearance in here of the Lizard King, which is most likely Dr. Kirk Connors, but you maybe want to be on the lookout for that one as well as an additional first appearance in this book. All right, guys, that wraps up the list this week. So the only thing left to do is announce this week's giveaway winner and show you the books for this week. So the books last week weren't claimed. Actually haven't been claimed for 2 weeks in a row now. So the winner today is going to get these books right here. First up, you've got this Kane cover. Love that one. Love this Jenny Friesen cover as well. So that's up for grabs today for this winner who I'm getting ready to announce. Also this Putri cover. Love that. And then finally, this Matina cover, another absolutely gorgeous cover. So, winner of these books today is Las Crucius. I think this is the second time Las Crucius has won. He's picked up most of these books in these giveaways, so commenting does help. His comment this week, congratulations to the winner, great first appearance and key issue video. As far as what I did on New Year's Eve, I just stayed home, enjoying some YouTube, movies, and comic books. Thanks for the show, Jimmy. Well, Crucius, thank you for watching, my friend. Hit me up on IG, and I'll get these books out to you right away. So now, this week's giveaway books. Basically, to win, you got to be subscribed to the channel. You got to hit the thumbs up button on this video, and you've got to leave a comment below. And I think this week, since the channel has launched, what I want you to leave, tell me what you're looking forward to this week, but also the hashtag Comic Book Mafia. Let's get that out there. Hashtag Comic Book Mafia for the channel membership, which is live. Of course, 2 tiers, $5.99 gets you in the Comic Book Mafia, all kinds of free giveaways, workshops, things like that. And the $2.99, if you just want to pay tribute, help the channel out, that would be much appreciated as well. But the books are, first up, I love this cover, Jennifer Blood. This is a Perillo cover. Absolutely love that gray background. I think that's dope. Love that one. And then probably my favorite cover of last week was this one. It's the Evil Ernie, #2. The Nirvana homage to Nevermind, the album Nevermind. Absolutely love this one as well. So that's the giveaway this week. So again, be subscribed to the channel, hit the thumbs up button on this video, leave a comment below, hashtag Comic Book Mafia, and that'll enter you into the giveaway. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for coming over and hanging out here on the channel with me for a bit today. It is much, much appreciated. Yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. I got a killer 10 questions coming out this week with the Butcha from the Pressable Defects. Was a blast. Had a ball with that guy. So make sure you're on the lookout for that one as well. All right, guys, hope you have the greatest new comic book day ever. I know I'm going to. As we always end this thing. Until next time.